The Africa-France Summit has just concluded, marking another important chapter in the evolving relationship between France and African nations. Leaders, policymakers, youth representatives, and private sector actors gathered to redefine cooperation in a rapidly changing global landscape. This year's summit focused on a shift from traditional aid-based relations towards partnerships built on mutual respect, investment, innovation, and shared responsibility. Central to the discussions were issues of economic transformation, security cooperation, climate change, education, and migration.
To experience, and I'm going to ask Kate why she chose Kenya. I would really want to know why, out of all the other countries, there must be something in Kenya that gave her, there must be something. And it must be among the things I'm talking about.
A key highlight was the emphasis on economic empowerment. African leaders pushed for stronger industrial partnerships, technology transfer, and expanded access to global markets for African products and startups.
Africa is not part of the global problem. Africa is, in fact, the solution to the global challenges that exist today, including those of Africa. Our continent possesses vast natural resources, critical minerals, fertile land, immense renewable energy potential, expanding consumer markets, dynamic entrepreneurs, and the youngest population in the world. What Africa requires today, friends, is not charity, but investments.
France, in response, reaffirmed its commitment to supporting sustainable investment initiatives across the continent.
The main notion I want to focus on is co-investment. What is co-investment able to achieve? It means investing in human capital, the young talents in Africa, in a formal economy. One of the major difficulties here is too much of the African economies that are underneath the tip of the iceberg is informal economy. It's about time we brought them into the value chains and to structure your agricultural sector and your industrial sector in such a way that it will be stronger than ever, so that Africa will no longer be seen as a place for rare earths and other resources to be extracted, but rather to be a partner. So we're working towards a transformation of investment relations, investing in value chains, energy, sustainable development, building on your strengths and your youth and your talent. And this is what the Business Roundtable is hopefully going to enable us to structure.
Youth participation also took center stage, with Africa's population being one of the youngest in the world. Delegates underscored the importance of education, digital skills, and job creation. Security cooperation remained another critical agenda item. Leaders discussed ongoing efforts to combat terrorism, transnational crime, and regional instability, particularly in parts of the Sahel. The summit reaffirmed the need for African-led security frameworks supported by international partners.
The France policy trust is a quite different ballgame now. It's more or less like a strategic reset. Now what we discover is that they move away from the traditional military domination that has to do with the France Afrique in the colonial, in the West African region, that is in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and so on and so forth. But now, when they move away from that particular strategy, they're now moving towards an equal partnership-based relationship with some selected countries. So Nigeria is one of them. So when you look at that particular strategy, you discover that is mainly based on some aspects. The core shift of that particular policy is based on the reduction of their troops in some part of Western Africa, like Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, And they now try to reorganize those troops in some African countries like Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire. We should not forget that today, as we are talking today, we have the International Academy of Counter-Insurgency in Cote d'Ivoire, which was an idea of the French government as well as the Ivorian. What they are doing there, the focus on training, intelligence sharing, and so on and so forth.
As the summit concluded, one message still clear: the Africa-France relationship is undergoing transformation. Moving forward, both sides aim to build a partnership defined not by dependency, but by collaboration, innovation, and shared global responsibility. I'm Mazino Dixon for Voice of Nigeria.